listening to the Day by Day podcast for the last week of March 2017. Welcome to the Day by Day podcast with me, Siobhan. After a bit of a break, I'm back with this week's episode. This week, we'll enjoy a sweet treat and a healthy staple, and we'll explore a folly and some fools. Now let's get started.
I wake up every morning in a bed that's too small, drive my daughter to a school that's too expensive, and then I go to work to a job for which I get paid too little. But on Pretzel Day, well, I like Pretzel Day.
This Sunday is Pretzel Sunday, or Pretzel Sonntag in Luxembourg. It is celebrated every year on the fourth Sunday of Lent. Traditionally on this day, boys present their sweetheart with a pretzel. The tastier the better. If the girl is interested in the boy, she will present him with a decorated egg or a chocolate egg on Easter Sunday. The custom is reversed in leap years, where the girl offers the boy a pretzel. It is said that the larger the pretzel, the stronger one's feelings are for their love interest. So we're all familiar with the traditional pretzel, but Luxembourg really knows how to make pretzels extra amazing. Here, they are made of puff pastry with fondant icing and almonds and represent two lovers arm in arm. If the girl does not return her suitor's affections, she can give him an empty basket. The Luxembourgish term de kurf kriegen, or to be given the basket, means that you have been rejected. Today, this tradition is celebrated as a neighborhood party, with the tourist train being decorated with pretzels and local pastry cooks handing out free pretzels. There's even a pretzel queen. Luxembourg, officially the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, is a small landlocked country in Western Europe with a population just over 500,000 people. It is bordered by Belgium, Germany, and France. By the way, there are a number of other pretzel days celebrated around the world, for which I will try to remind you of when it is upon us. Even if you can't make it to Luxembourg this Sunday, you can still take part in Pretzel Sonntag and give your love interest a pretzel, wherever you are. I know I'd love to receive a sweet pretzel.
364 days till the next Pretzel Day.
Way up north, to Alaska. Way up north, to Alaska. North to Alaska, to go north for precious home. North to Alaska.
This Monday is Seward's Day. It is celebrated in Alaska every year on the last Monday in March, not to be confused with Alaska Day, which is celebrated in October. Seward's Day celebrates the signing of the Alaska Purchase Treaty on March 30th, 1867, which was 150 years ago. And it is named for the then Secretary of State, William Seward, who negotiated the purchase from Russia at $7.2 million, or roughly 2 cents an acre, and that breaks down to about $180 million in today's money. Critics of the Alaska Purchase ridiculed it as Seward's Folly, Seward's Icebox, and President Andrew Johnson's Polar Bear Garden. A brief history of Alaska. Modern-day Alaska was once inhabited by natives of various tribes. As early as the 17th century, Russians began to settle there. Fur traders in the mid-18th century created more settlements. The first European settlement was established in 1784. Between 1774 and 1800, Spain sent several expeditions to Alaska, and in 1789, a Spanish settlement and fort were built in Nootka Sound. In the early 19th century, the Russian-American Company carried out an expanded colonization program. The Tsarist government of Russia first approached the United States about selling the territory, fearing it might be seized if war broke out with the United Kingdom. This was during the administration of President James Buchanan, but negotiations were stalled by the outbreak of the Civil War. After 1865, Seward, who was a supporter of territorial expansion, was eager to acquire the tremendous landmass of Alaska, an area roughly 1/5 the size of the rest of the United States. He had some difficulty making the case for the purchase of Alaska before the Senate, which ratified the treaty by a margin of just 1 vote on April 9, 1867. 6 months later, Alaska was formally handed over from Russia to the United States. Originally, it was organized as the Department of Alaska, then renamed the District of Alaska, then the Alaska Territory, and became the modern state of Alaska when it was admitted to the Union in 1959. Despite a slow start in U.S. settlement, the discovery of gold in 1898 brought a rapid influx of people to the territory, and Alaska, rich in natural resources, has contributed to American prosperity ever since. Some businesses and all state-run offices in Alaska are closed on Seward's Day.
गोल गोल इडली ती एकदा फार चिडली सांबार मध्ये पडली ती ओली चिंब भिजली ती टमकन फुगली ती फुगली इडली चिडली इडली एक होती इडली ती होती चिडली.
That was Ek Hoti Idli, a children's song, and this Friday is World Idli Day, which has been celebrated every March 30th since 2015. Idli is a steamed rice cake traditionally eaten at breakfast in southern India. The cakes are made by steaming a batter consisting of fermented lentils and rice. The cakes are served hot with a condiment such as chutney. Endless variations of this staple can be created, including which condiments to serve with it, stuffing it with vegetables, or adding other ingredients such as yogurt to the batter. In fact, I found one site that offered 1,300 variations for idli. So why celebrate this breakfast food? Well, it is considered one of the safest and most nutritious foods in the world. The fermentation process breaks down the starches so that they are more readily metabolized by the body. And it is the world's 3rd most popular staple food. On World Idli Day, try this nutritious food for yourself. Just search for your local Indian restaurant and you're sure to find idli on the menu. This Saturday, April 1st, and every April 1st, is April Fool's Day, also known as All Fool's Day, and in some European countries, April Fish, referring to a young fish who is easily caught. Simply put, practical jokes and pranks are played on this day. But why? The earliest known mention of an association between April 1st and foolishness appears in 1392 in Geoffrey Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales, in The Nun's Priest's Tale, where the vain rooster, Chanticleer, is tricked by a fox, though some scholars argue that Chaucer was actually referring to May 2nd, so this might not even be the earliest known reference. Another early reference to April Fool's Day occurs in 1539 when Flemish poet Edouard de Digne wrote of a nobleman who sent his servants on foolish errands on April 1st. Some historians speculate that April Fool's Day dates back to 1582, when France switched from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, as called for by the Council of Trent in 1563. People who were slow to get the news or failed to recognize that the start of the new year had moved to January 1st and continued to celebrate it during the last week of March through April 1st became the butt of jokes and hoaxes. Seems plausible to me. All Fool's Day spread through Britain during the 18th century. In Scotland, the tradition of hunting the gowk was popularized. A gowk is a cuckoo bird, or a symbol for a fool. The traditional prank is to ask someone to deliver a sealed message that supposedly requests help of some sort. In fact, the message reads, "Dinna laugh, dinna smile, hunt the gowk another mile." The recipient, upon reading it, will explain he can only help if he first contacts another person and sends the victim to this next person with an identical message with the same result. Ireland has a very similar tradition to entrust the victim with an important letter to be given to a named person. That person would then ask the victim to take it to someone else, and so on. The letter, when finally opened, contained the words, "Send the fool further." In Italy, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, and French-speaking areas of Switzerland and Canada, April 1st tradition is often known as April Fish. This includes attempting to attach a paper fish to the victim's back without being noticed. Such fish feature prominently on many late 19th to early 20th century French April Fool's Day postcards. Modern-day April Fool's pranks have been played not only by individuals, but by corporations, newspapers, and other media outlets. In 1957, the BBC reported that Swiss farmers were experiencing a record spaghetti crop and showed footage of people harvesting noodles from trees. Numerous viewers were fooled. In 1985, Sports Illustrated tricked many of its readers when it ran a made-up article about a rookie pitcher named Sid Finch, who could throw a fastball over 168 miles per hour. In 1996, Taco Bell duped people when it announced it had agreed to purchase Philadelphia's Liberty Bell and intended to rename it the Taco Liberty Bell. In 1998, after Burger King advertised a left-handed Whopper, scores of clueless customers requested the fake sandwich. Since the year 2000, Google has been known for playing hoaxes on April 1st, including posting a job opportunity for their research center on the moon. And one of the cruelest pranks, in 2010, New Yorkers were teased with a fake promise of the In-N-Out burger chain coming to the Big Apple. In-N-Out was not behind the gag, but I was heartbroken, along with thousands of others. That's it for this week. I'll be back next week. Until then, remember to make each day count.